Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Amber. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at and reviewing For the Record by Charlotte Huang. I do want to apologize in advance for any noise that you may hear in the background of this video. It is currently raining and I'm out in my art studio, which unfortunately emphasizes any noises. So sorry in advance. For the Record is Huang's debut novel. It was published by Ember Publishing in 2015. It is about high school student Chelsea, who was a reject from a TV reality pop singing show very similar to The Voice or like America's Got Talent, who needed to fill her contract with her record company. So to fulfill her contract with her record label, she becomes the new lead singer of already famous and established rock band Melbourne, who recently parted ways with their original lead singer. This causes a lot of tension within the band because they're an already established band who's having this new singer come into it, and Chelsea, who's only ever done like very manufactured reality TV show stuff, has never performed live, and is suddenly thrown into a whole tour for their latest album release that she also recorded with the band. And it's about her finding her own voice and her sense of style when everyone's telling her how to be and how not to be, and the image that they're trying to uphold. Well, all of the band members are, cold and not very welcoming towards her, and she has to win over all of these hundreds of fans, hundreds of thousands of fans that this band has already had, who are in love with their ex-lead singer Hollis. And so it's kind of her journey throughout the tour, figuring out who she is as an artist and who she wants to be as an artist with the band. However, the whole time she's caught in the fancy of like a famed teenage actor who's, very similar to like a Zac Efron or like a Justin Bieber type, who the entire band thinks is washed out and does not like at all. And so she has to deal with her, budding relationship with this new guy who all of her bandmates hate, while also trying to still win over these bandmates that she hasn't done yet. Except for one of the members, the bassist of the band, is kind of on a friendly basis with her. And as the book goes, their relationship gets closer to each other, while her relationship with the teen actor, his name's Lucas Rivers, at first gets closer but then becomes more strained, and eventually comes to a very shocking conclusion. Throughout the book, she also, because she did not want to be the only person that she knew on this tour and the only girl on the tour, so she was able to bring in her best friend Mandy to be the merch girl throughout the tour and have somebody to keep her company, who also plays into the story a lot of the time and also causes a lot of conflict having her on the tour. I personally really liked the book. I thought it was a very original perspective, being from the perspective of a musician and being on tour, especially from Charlotte Huang, who actually has firsthand insight and experience into this because her husband works with record labels. So she knows the realistic side of all of these things and the technical sides to some of these things, including, contracts and press and a lot of issues that a lot of people wouldn't think about. They'd just be like, oh, she wanted to have a, character on tour, but it's actually very realistic from what I personally know of the music industry. And I would assume so because she has ins in the music industry. And it also stayed away from most young adult tropes that are very common in books nowadays. Other than there is a slight love triangle at some point, but it isn't, manufactured and stupid like, the Twilight, love triangle or anything like that. It feels very genuine and very emotionally charged, but in a good way. So I would definitely recommend reading, especially since it's just a really short book. I could have binge read it in like a day. I think I took a couple days to read it because I was, more in a reading slump, and it actually brought me out of my reading slump, thankfully. So I've read a ton of other books since then that have all been binge read in like a day each. I'm making so much headway in my TBR pile. It's kind of nuts. So thank you for bringing me out of my reading slump and for being a decent book. I actually got this from the Dollar Tree, so it was only $1. So you may be able to find it at yours locally if they got a shipment, or you can find it at your local bookstore. It may even be on Book Outlet, but I'm not sure. If you are interested in seeing any other reviews from me, you can check out my YouTube channel. There are some previous and some that will be uploaded soon. I know I am not the best on camera at doing reviews. I'm still working on that. I really need to just start like writing a like loose script for it without, you know, starting be like, oh, I want to do a review, and then I record and then I like forget everything that I read. So my reviews on paper are much more literate. If you want to check any of those out, you can check them out on my Bookstagram account at Amber Caitlin Reads, or my Goodreads, which is at What Is Love Is the Weapon. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I had a blast with y'all. Peace.